We back. Salute, salute, salute. Hopefully everybody gets the notifications. I'm gonna let this season try and build up for a little bit. I'm not expecting too many people to join, but we'll see who joins. Mm, Trying to just I ran a little late because just trying to get some dinner. But yeah, man. Let me let this build up a little bit. Do a little hour. Oh, man, it's been so long. Wait, I don't want to say that, folks. I don't know. Oh wait, I think this is it right here. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. So chat to someone. All right, salute, Raider Nation. What's up? It is he, hi, it is him, it is me, Mr. UP4REVIEW. We up here. Um, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Let's let this live build up a little bit. Well, shoot, let's see how many people come. I don't even think a lot of people even know. Excuse me, I went live. There's probably other people who are live right now. Saying could be stepping on other people's times. I'm not here to step on anybody's time. I'm just here to talk. I'm here. hmm Like I said, everybody's been giving their perspective on things. So unprofessional, so unprofessional. But y'all was talking about my cooking before. This chicken is thoroughly cooked. You know what I'm saying? And it got a little charbroil on the back. Don't stop talking about my cooking. hmm hmm Yeah. hmm We're gonna talk about a couple things here. Oh wow, I'm starting to jump up now. Salute everybody. Salute. Thank y'all for coming. It is he, it is I, it is him. Yes, it is Mr. Up for Review, JT in the building, Mr. Controversy himself, the one who gives you the truth, who gives you the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us, Raider Nation. Yes, thank y'all for coming here. It's been a minute, man. It has been a minute. It's been a while. Um, I'm here. I'm back for the time being. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here, but I am here for right now. We're going to talk a little bit and just get a little things off our chest. Hopefully, have some guests that are going to come through. Like I said, trying something new. I'm actually streaming only through YouTube right now. I'm not streaming through any other third party app or anything like that. We're going to see how this works out. Um, but with no further ado, I won't have any titles or anything like that. Like I said, we're just talking. It's just chatting. It's just shooting the breeze. If people are talking in the chat, I'm not sure what's going on, but the chat is I can't see the chat, so I do apologize. I'm not ignoring y'all. I am here. I am seeing it. But the chat is. Oh shoot! I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But yeah, trying to bring up the chat again. Oh wait, that says it here is the chat. Let me bring up the live chat. Who cares? We don't need the chat. Um, but with all that said, no further ado, let's talk about it, man. 2025 season is coming sooner. It's picking up steam. Combine just ended. I know a lot of people are waiting for my talk on how the combine is going, who we should get, what we should do, how we should draft. What are the Raiders going to do? How are we going to get better? How do we improve the team? I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to break down the draft. I mean, there's probably thousands of people who broke down the draft and said their 2 cents and said their pieces. At the end of the day, we got to build a team for us. We can't build our team how we're going to build with anybody else. Well, actually, is this on? I don't even think I plugged in my cord, my microphone. Shoot, I wish someone could tell me how it is. Hope everything's working. Hope the volume's working. You know what? I should do a test right now. Sorry, y'all. I didn't do a test before I came on. I hope the volume is good. Um, like I said, we're trying something new here. I'm not sure why I can't see the chat. Um, actually, I think I can find a way. Let me see. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me plug this in right here. If y'all could thumbs up, hit the like button if you can hear me. I'm not sure if you can hear me right now. Like I said, I'm doing this directly through YouTube right now, seeing how that feature works. If it doesn't go so well, I'll go back and I'll start doing it off of StreamYard like mostly everybody else does. Um, let's um, let's let's get to it. Where have I been? I've been living life, man. I've been handling business personally, a lot of personal things I've talked about in other times. I'm not gonna give a little bit more what I was going through, what I let's just get right into it with the Raiders, man. I'm blabbering and just going around in circles with things. Um, how do I feel? Well, let's recap because I haven't really recapped. How do I feel about the recap for 2024? How was the season of 2024? Did the Raiders exceed my expectations for them? Were they lower than what it was last year in 2024? I know a lot of people had certain type of expectations and what they wanted to see. Okay, so the chat is working. What's good, T? Appreciate you for messaging and showing that the chat is working. So if y'all if y'all in the chat or if y'all in the comments, man, just make comments. I'll definitely I am alert. I am gonna read them. Salute, T. Thank you for coming and showing up. But let's get to it. 2024 season. I'll be honest, was as I expected. I didn't expect too much. It wasn't as I expected. I'll say this. The defense was better than I thought. Patrick Graham was better than I thought. Especially early in the season, they were moving, when guys were healthy. I seen progression that we haven't seen. I haven't seen. I mean, other people can say they've seen. I didn't see any progression. I just seen guys going through the motions and just being stagnant and not getting better. But I actually saw progression from 2023 to 2024, and it allowed me to have optimism going later in the season. I understand that it wasn't the season that we wanted. There was no outcome. It was very frustrating to a lot of people. I understand a lot of people who had expectations were it was another demoralizing season. Um, um, so with all that being said, it left me with optimism. Um, I was not the biggest proponent of or fan at all of Patrick Graham. I'm still kind of not the biggest fan of Patrick Graham. I think we could do better. I think there are a lot of better defensive coordinators out there. And now, when I say better, I mean guys who I feel we can win the Super Bowl with and the Super Bowl caliber coaches. Is Patrick Graham an NFL coach? Yes. Is he a defensive coordinator? Yes. Do I feel he he's bottom tier, or like I did years prior? I don't think he's bottom tier. I think he's like right above that, like just a little bit above average. But I don't see. Like I said, I don't see no future with him because I just don't see him being a Super Bowl caliber coordinator. I just don't. The staff he brought in, I don't think they're good enough either. I think they're comparable. I think there are some guys that are possibly can go for interviewing. I put it this way: we don't have guys that I see go interview somewhere else. And if you don't have guys that are getting job opportunities and getting interviews elsewhere, then you don't have a good enough staff. Your staff needs to be better. And Raiders have not had a staff where people were trying to come, cherry pick our staff and try and hire them and come after guys. And that's been a really, really hidden issue within the Raiders organization is the lack of, from players standpoint and coaches standpoint and management, is lack of development. Like we don't have any depth, I believe, from player personnel to staff, um, and that needs to get better. But 2024, it, it was most fundamentals. It was 50-50 for me, man. It was 50-50. Um, I saw some things that I liked. I saw things I didn't like. Unfortunately, regrettably, there was more things that I didn't like than I did like. So that left. I didn't like in 2023 left a sour taste in my mouth. 2024 didn't. 2024 didn't. I know it did for other people. It didn't for me because shoot, as soon as they signed Gardner Minshew, I said, yeah, this season's a wrap. I had no expectation. I knew what we were going to do. I mean, we had two backup quarterbacks that were starting for our team. We weren't going to go anywhere, and anyone said that yet. The AP get a raw, raw deal? Absolutely. He didn't get a fair shot. He didn't get a fair deal. I mean, you gave him a backup quarterback. What is he? What do you expect he was going to do? So that left another bad taste in my mouth. Um, then it's just a lot of things that the Raiders organization have done these past 2 decades, and that they've consistently, consistently continued to do. Like that's the only consistency they have, is continually making bad decisions. And when you do that, it definitely leaves a foul taste around the league. It definitely is going to leave a foul taste within other organizations, because you're going to have people or former players, you're going to have former staff. I mean, the word of mouth is going to get around. I mean, now if you look at it, there's a lot of former Raider players who are in other organizations, and I they had a bitter taste in their mouth after how they were treated with the Raiders. So none of them are talking them up. The only time guys want to come to the Raiders is when they're on their last contract. And I'll be honest with you, we did that again with our head coach. I'll talk about that a little bit more down the line, but 2024 was. I'm not too sad, but there's nothing really to hang your head on outside of that. They did better than what I was expecting. Now, how do we get better from 2024? Because we weren't good in 2024. Um, we were bad in 2024. I mean, again, every bad team can have good moments, and every good team can have bad moments. It's just minimizing the mistakes, and a lot of things that we do, we just don't minimize any type of mistakes. Whenever we make a mistake, it's magnified because we can't make it up on the other end. Um, so with that, where do the Raiders start to get better? How do the Raiders progress? How do the Raiders grow and develop? I mean, everyone's talking right now, oh, well, we got Pete Carroll. There's new life within there. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring in, um, he's going to change the atmosphere. He's going to change a whole bunch of things. I mean, I can definitely see that as he's a new face. But really, to change the atmosphere, you got to change the whole culture. And unfortunately, he didn't bring his culture with him. He just brought himself. It's still, he just it's literally, you just cut the head off and put a different head on the same body. I mean, the staff is still the same staff. I mean, with a couple of new wrinkles, it's predominantly the same staff we had last year in a lot of key spots. So I mean, how much is the culture going to change now? Can Pete prove me wrong? Absolutely. Does Pete have a pedigree? Absolutely. Has Pete won? Yes, he has, and he's won at multiple levels. So that's one thing. Um, so am I? It sounds like I'm not happy about the hire, but I'm not upset about the hire. But I'm not overly excited either, because it's like I can nit. I'm not even nitpicking. Like the truth is, it's the Raiders are 4 year. and up. Like it's gonna take 4 years minimum to really, really change culture. You can't change like I don't if any I'm not here to bash people. But what I've seen a lot of times is people expect that once you change um your leadership, it automatically changes your organization or it's going to change your team within a year. And then your expectations get added on, and then when it doesn't happen in a year, you guys are just over it. And I understand we've been waiting for a long time, but guess what? This isn't something that's just going to change overnight. This isn't a 1 year thing. It's not. We're not going to do a 180 after 1 year. This is going to take some time for this to rotate, um, for things to be implemented. Like I said, they still have to learn a lot of new terminology itself alone, which is play calling. It's going to take 4 years really to turn this organization around. Now, anything can happen, yes, but I don't move. Y'all know me. I don't move upon the hope creed like 99% of Raider podcasters do. All these motherfuckers, no offense, but most of you watch guys who just really have no sense of, they don't speak logically. They have no sense behind them thinking that, you know what, new blood, everything's going to change. This is the year. No, no. 2025 is a development year. It's a build upon year. There's going to be a lot more woes, but it's progression that we need to see. It's progression. Like next year, like 2024 ended, and we know who we had in 2024 and how the season ended and what guys were bad at, what they need to improve on. Cool. Okay. So the guys who we kept from 2024 that come over to 2025, I want to see development in how they improved from last year. How did we improve in run blocking? You know what I'm saying? Pass blocking on my offensive line. How did they improve from the end of 2024 to the beginning of 2025 into OTAs? I want to see development with that. I want to see what guys' body shape is looking like. I want to see what guys' arm definition is looking like. I want, I want to see what dedication did they have this offseason. That's what I'm looking for. When it comes to, God, we have a terrible wide receiver room. When it comes to wide receivers, I want to see guys who can run routes. I want to see guys who've been working on separation. Like, like, uh, like the guys who know how to separate. Cool. I need you to be better at getting separation at the right time, not just running fast just to run fast. Learn how to pace yourself within your route. Learn how not to be predictable. Learning having a route tree itself. Most of the guys on our team have a three chart route tree. Jacoby Myers has the most developed route tree, and if that's your most developed wide receiver, you're not winning games because you don't have dependable wide receivers. I see what people say. Oh, Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is not a number one wide receiver. He's playing number one for our team because we don't have a number one wide receiver, and we need one. You got to throw the ball to somebody, and guess what? He's the guy we're throwing the ball to. He's the guy that can get open, who has the best matchup. So, with that being said, I need to see wide receivers progress. I need to see them learn how to get separation. I need to see them learn how to catch with their hands, not let the ball bounce off the chest and come in and I don't need to see the ricochet balls or a ball hit the chest. I want to see you look the ball into your hands. I want to see that with my wide receivers. I want to see a nice route tree with our slot receiver. Hey, Renfro's retired. He said he's done. He enjoyed his playing career. I don't see him coming back. Oh, salute Joe, salute Kev. I'm not sure if you guys are messaging me earlier. The chat comes in when it comes in, but thank everyone for coming in. I'm gonna do a better job when I see the numbers grow up. Thank everybody for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Kev, what's up, man? Joel, what's up, man? Again, T, appreciate y'all for stopping by. But like I said, man, we just shooting the shit right now. Um, like I said, I'm just recapping 2024 and what I want to see with the progression from the guys from 2024 who make the team in 2025. I need to see development this offseason and dedication that they have to their craft and how they want to be better. For me to have any type of optimism, I want to see the difference between their end of 2024 to how they come in 2025 at OTAs. So would you sign a wide receiver, or who would you draft? It depends on the wide receiver. It depends on who the wide receiver that I would sign. Are there any wide receivers out that I want right now? I mean, that can be a number one wide receiver. Not too many, no. If I'm gonna get a wide receiver, how I would do it, Joe, is very simple. I'm gonna draft a quarterback, and I'm gonna draft a wide receiver for them to develop together. What I would do is this is my thing. I've said it, and a lot of people are now saying I've been saying this for gosh knows how long. I've told on other people's channels and things like mainly on other people's channels. I haven't been doing on my channel. There are only two quarterbacks that are ready day one. And honestly, there's only two quarterbacks who are ready for the next 2 or 3 years that are ready to start on an NFL roster and compete for the number one quarterback. That's Shador and that's Cam Ward. Have said that. You can go look at Colin Cowherd, who said the same shit I did. They're the only two who are ready to play in the NFL and mentally prepared to play in the NFL. See what the issue that a lot of guys are going to say. Oh, you see that arm talent? Oh, you see how his body look? It don't mean shit in the NFL. Everyone has the body in the NFL. Matt Golden, 4.3. I'll be honest with you, Kev. I didn't watch a second of the combine. I didn't watch not 1 second of the combine. I've seen clips and posts and highlights from Twitter, or X. I've seen it. I did not watch a second of the combine. I really didn't need to watch a second of the combine. Um, I know who is who, and I know who isn't who. I know a lot of guys have progressed and gotten better, so I probably will miss on those guys. But I haven't watched. You like it? I know, man. I'm in that level. I'm in that club. I'm in this club now, man. I can't believe I made it. I'm happy I made it. I can't believe I made it. But I'll have to look up Mago. I'm gonna do my due diligence, and I'm gonna look up and update myself with the names for this year's draft. I know players. I just don't know the names right now. I'm sorry. Um, But Matt Golden, tell me what school he went to, and that would help me out a lot. I know schools. I don't really know the players' names offhand like that. Like this year was probably the least amount of football I watched this year. Um, uh, I beg to differ, Joe. I mean, like superstar or like star caliber talent, yeah. Overall, overall skill, nah. Uh, Kid Matt Gold. Matt Gold. Oh, he was the one who played behind X, I think, last year. I'll have to. I don't remember him. I didn't. I watched Texas, but I didn't focus on Texas too much. I didn't get to go to too many Big 12. Well, they're in the SEC now. Shit, they're not even a Big 12. I didn't get to any like SEC games this year. So, I caught a lot. I didn't really want to catch Texas. I'm just not a big Texas fan. I do know you're the quarterback, and I do know he has receivers and they have a gang of weapons. I do like a couple of their offensive linemen, even though they're projects. I like the running back. I think he'll probably, sneak in. And I wouldn't get him early. I'd probably sneak him in if I was to get him early, late third, fourth. If he did come out, like I said, I'll have to look at Texas roster again to see um, to remind myself, uh, you know, who I was watching and how their year panned out. But I would say, Joe, this year's wide receiver class, I would say their their 1 through 5 talent wasn't probably as good. but the depth of this wide receiver class is way better than I think the last year. Not way better, but was better. And I think there's going to be a lot. It's a lot more difficult to see who are the skilled guys compared to last year. Last year was just, jump off the talent. You can see the difference in caliber and talent and athleticism. This year, a lot of guys are close. So you really have to do your homework. You really have to know, you have to do more than just watch tape. That ain't gonna get it done. This is when scouts are gonna get paid and you're really doing your job. And you're doing your research. You've looked at game reps, game live game speed, where you have to go in and be at the game to see the difference between how it looks like in person. You know what I'm saying? From the stands as well as game level. I mean, as well as eye level. You know, because there's a difference in how you view the game and you can look at the game and how they're playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Visually, we just watch the game from the TV. It looks so much different than when you actually are eye level and ground level, where you can see him set up the corner, or you can see them set up their route, or how they're blocking, or it's so different when you're in person, and you can see the nuances within the game within the game itself, and the chess matches and how they're setting each other up. So that's what I love about it. And I think this wide receiver class overall, I think would have more depth of NFL talent, but the top I'll say the skill level for the top tier guys was better last year. There are more star caliber guys in last year than this year. But I think overall the best wide receiver, even in last year's draft, was in this year's draft, and that's the kid from Arizona, Timo. He's my guy that I go up and get as a wide receiver. If I draft a quarterback, I'm trading up my next year's draft to get him, and I'm pairing my guys together. You, if we go get a quarterback, go get your guys his receiver. Don't sign no free agent guy. I'm not signing no damn free agents. Like, free agency is for teams that just need a few pieces to get to the next step and advance within the playoffs. So if they were a wild card team, now you're trying to, get to divisional rounds. If you're a divisional round team, you're getting guys that make you better to get to the championship game. The free agent market isn't going to do anything for the Raiders to be better down the line. Like, free agency is, those are hired mercenaries, really. We're not at that standpoint where we're even looking at mercenaries. No, we need to develop an army first. We need army, we need general, we need sergeants. Shit, we need a commander. Like, we need everything. Like, we're a brand new country that needs to be developed. So we ain't really trying to fight with nobody. Shit, people are just looking to bully us. So we have to develop and build. And I'm tired of getting my ass kicked. Kappa, tell me who Kappa is. I don't know who Kappa is. Like I said, I have not been really paying attention to football. I've been recouping and recovering physically. Um, Kappa from the Bengals. What position? I didn't watch too many Bengal games. Bengals sucked. There was nothing to really watch about them outside of just fantasy. Um, the name's trying to bring. Is he the defensive line? No, not defensive lineman. I have no idea who Kappa is. um. So, to answer Cool Kev, I'm drafting if I can get in my way, and I hate I dislike the hate that Shador's getting, but I love it because if he drops in the draft, he literally is going to fall into our hands, and I'm not mad at that. So I'll continue to do the hate. I'm not going to do it, but continue to do it. Continue to let him falter and drop, and let him build up that ego, and he. offensive guard. I mean, shit, he's only gonna help us improve. I mean, if he can beat out our guards currently right now, what Parham and shit, I think Andrew James right now is on the guard because Jackson Powers is the center now, full time. He should be. I hope he is. I hope that's what the decision they made. They should have learned and moved Andrew James to guard like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. He should have been playing guard. Um, the same way he was forced to play center, and now I think he can go back to his more natural spot at guard. Um, and you'll see a big difference in his gameplay. Yeah, it's going to be a transition for him because he's been playing center for so long. But Andrew James was a guard in college. He played tackle on the opposite side, of Golden, but he really was a guard. And he just was able to play center for us, and he was the best center that we had. So of course we put him there. But most people just say, "Oh, he freaking sucked," or this and that. If Sanders is a poor man's Jaden Daniels, he's not a poor man's Jaden Daniels. Uh, it wouldn't hurt to have him. Not at all. He's definitely not a poor man's Jaden Daniels. I mean, too many people get caught up in the running quarterback right now. Um, Shador is a different style quarterback. If I had to compare him more to anybody currently in the league, I would compare him more to Tua, Bryce Young, the end of the season of Bryce Young, how Bryce was closing out the season. Um, I, I there's aspects of his game that he can be Russell Wilson, but I think he's more smooth than Russell Wilson. His swag. He just carries himself differently. But and I'm not mad at him having that similarity to Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson's a winner. Russell Wilson has won. And he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. He doesn't, get rattled too much. The game isn't bigger than him, you know. Um, so I definitely would love Shador. Cam Ward, I would love. Like, so those are the only two quarterbacks I draft. I don't draft any other quarterback. Um, I wouldn't draft in any other quarterback in the first 3 rounds outside of those two. I'm not drafting a quarterback. I'd rather run with AOC. I'd rather run with AOC than draft any quarterback in the draft outside of Cam Ward and Shador. Now, if I can get Ewers in the fourth or fifth round, or if I can get one of them in somebody in the fourth or fifth as a project, I'd do that. And I'm still starting AOC, and I'm gonna bring that guy on along slowly. I'm not. There's only two guys that I pick over AOC. You know, and I'll be honest, yeah. Now is AOC going to be the quarterback for Raiders? Probably not. No. Why? Because he really can't run a Chip Kelly system if he's running because Chip Kelly loves the run option. I I despise the way Chip Kelly runs his read option offense. Um, yeah, I'm about to go into it. I am everyone knows I'm a UCLA guy. I've watched more Chip Kelly football than any Raider podcaster or commentator in the last 4 years. Everyone is hanging their head on what he did last year, but no one really says anything about Chip Kelly was a high mercenary, good to great. He's been a good offensive line the last 7 to 8 years, almost the last decade, he's been a good offensive mind. He's not been a great offensive mind. He's not been the innovator he was when he first got to Oregon. Like anyone who constantly talks about his Oregon days, no offense, is stupid. It's stupid to talk about something he did damn near 20 years ago. It's not the same. It's not the same game. People have adapted. He's not even the best read option play caller. He wasn't even the best read option play caller in college football the last decade. People took his offense and made it better. Yes, he innovative. He did a lot of things. He moved the game in a different way. But shit, the game passed him. Now everyone wants to sit here and say, "Oh, well, he won the championship last year with Ohio State." It was Ohio State. It was been Ohio State. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. He didn't draft. He didn't recruit none of those kids. None of the kids on the offense were his recruits. He just came in, filled in, and did a job, and was better than the person before, and they made less mistakes than last year's team. He really didn't innovate anything or do anything that was out of the ordinary. Second, Chip Kelly offense is not good if he doesn't have two running backs. So what I know was what I see that's happening. If Shador and Cam are off the board, we're going to draft a kid from Boise State. We're going to draft a running back, and then we're going to get another running back. Chip, the person who I said this before, the person who's going to benefit the most in Chip Kelly's offense is going to be Zamir White. Zamir White, you have no excuses now, bro. If you can't do it with Chip Kelly, you're pretty much not an NFL caliber guy. Because Chip Kelly's going to give you opportunity. You big, you're a big back who has speed. You should be breaking tackles. I understand you have a confidence issue because you're not seeing holes correctly. You have multiple offensive coordinators who've been teaching you differently. Um, it's it's an okay class. I think it's an overrated class. I don't think it's as good as people say it is. I think they're really good. They're good and great college running backs, but they're not going to be good pro running backs. There's a few pro running backs, but they're not as many as what they're placating or playing up to. These been a lot of good to great college guys who aren't going to transition well into the pros. Zamir's going to make the team. Zamir, if Zamir doesn't make the team, then he's done with football. If he can't make this team, this running back room, he is not an NFL guy. He'll be in Canadian Football League playing somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Zamir got fucked because of coaching. He had terrible running back coaches. I hate to say it, like the scheme that we were running, the offensive coordinators he had, it was terrible for him. It was terrible for him because that's what happens when you come from such a great program where guys can make up the mistakes from coaches just off sheer talent and be the most dominant team. That's what happened to Zamir. He was on on once in a lifetime teams with Georgia where it didn't matter what play they called. His offensive line was just going to dominate. Period. So him reading holes and seeing things, he had extra time to read holes and hit the right hole or break a tackle. That doesn't happen in NFL. That clock is a lot faster. His time clock is a lot faster, which is why he has one speed. Hey, everybody, I got a special guest coming in. It's been a while since I don't think I've had many guests on my. I think it might be my first guest actually. I don't think I've had many people on here, but this man has made quite a few channels. He's been very impactful on my channel. In fact, his personal gave me the name for the channel. He's been very inspirational with a lot of things and talking offline. He is a brother of mine. Like I said, as he says all the time, broken bread with him. And I definitely will be breaking bread with him again coming up soon in person. But it's happy to see this name. I ain't seen his name in a while. I ain't been on screen with this channel in a while of his. The Raider Nation Network is back in full effect. So if you haven't gone over there, if you're not already, hit the notification on that. Dirty Raiders in the channel with Raider Nation Network. Well, is it working?
What up?
What up? What up, sir?
What's going on?
I don't know. Just trying to get as good as you with my introduction with introducing people now that I can have people on here.
I hear that.
Nah, but just talking, man. Just talking about. I just recapped 2024. Talking about 2025. What I went on, and I went through the coaching. Talking about Chip Kelly right now and what I expect with the offense, and I'm just saying we need to pump our brakes a little bit on the excitement that they think he can bring or what he can bring. Because I'm like I said, this is where my optimism lacks, and I want to have more of it and get more of what you. This is a great time for you to come in because I'm kind of being negative right now, and I don't mean to be as negative. So I need so I need you to bring up the spirits a little bit and maybe fill me in a little bit more on things I possibly missed this past year. I understand Chip Kelly has won a championship. I understand that he did things that haven't been done at Ohio State in quite some time. I understand his history, but again, I'm more of I need to I haven't seen recent history. He was the head coach of my college, and I didn't see it. So now he's the head offensive guru on our team, and I'm not I'm very hesitant on his success in NFL. I've seen his stints in the NFL, and he's had more than one. I've seen similar to not Josh Jacobs, similar to Josh McDaniels. I
Yeah.
don't I don't ever see no more of you. I know who you are. I know the caliber of guy that you are. I can't knock him because shoot, if you're gonna pay me $6 million to come to NFL, shit, I'm gonna come too. I mean, I mean, I can't knock him for that. I, that was a shock to see the Raiders give $6 million to him as an offensive coordinator, but you're not willing to pay Detroit the money he was asking for.
It had nothing to do with the money for the dude in Detroit.
A little bit. We could have offered a little bit more, made it more
It
lucrative if we
it
could have given the
it
control.
it had nothing to do with the money. It had everything to do with staying in division that he knows very well. It has everything to do with them having a rookie quarterback that he knows he can build with. Has everything to do with them having offensive weapons in place that he knows he can build with because he is an offensive coordinator. He had more pieces available to him on the offense there in Chicago than he did here. And that's just the bottom line.
Hmm.
We still don't know who's gonna throw the ball. At least he know he got Caleb Williams.
Oh, we know he's going to throw the ball.
We
People
think
don't
we
like
know who's
it.
gonna throw the ball.
Yeah.
We think we know. We don't. We not 100%, but we think we know.
Mhm. Most people hope that he isn't the person throwing the ball, but he's going to be the one throwing the ball because I'm gonna be honest. There's no one. There's as I said earlier, free agency right now in the NFL are hired mercenaries. We ain't even at that stage yet to even be looking at mercenaries. We're a brand new country who needs to develop an army first, who needs to get generals, sergeants, lieutenants, command. We gotta build an army first before we can even hire mercenaries.
Nah, you might have to start with mercenaries first. You might have to because you're a small country. You can't afford to enlist everybody in your country to go to war and quite possibly lose. So you got to send in the mercenaries. And yeah, so I mean, to an extent, it depends on what mercenaries you're using. You know what I mean? Um, I've said it. I'm standing firm on it. I don't care who doesn't like it or disagrees with it. I'm a solid no on Russell Wilson coming here. I'm a solid no on Aaron Rodgers coming here. And I don't want Sam Darnold. I honestly believe he's going to stay in Minnesota. People are talking about trade for JJ McCarthy. Well, here's my thing.
Hmm?
If Minnesota, if Minnesota is throwing all of this money at Sam Darnold to stay as a backup, $40 million, and they still have JJ McCarthy, and they're willing to trade him, there's something wrong with JJ.
Yeah, they don't believe in him.
Nah, I think it's the injury. I think he's not quite recovered from it.
Yeah, they don't believe in him. They want him. They want him to be the quarterback, but they get trust him or believe in him because that's what his issue's always been.
So I'm a no on that too. Told you. I'll stick with AOC first before I be okay with them coming in. Shit, bring Derek Carr back. I'd do that before I went with those old ass dudes that's locker room cancers. See, my thing with Sam Darnold is I just don't know if you take those weapons away, if he's the same quarterback.
He absolutely isn't. And
You
and,
know?
and the most important weapon for him is the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. They revived his career. He was on the outs.
Hey, he couldn't cut it at SC.
He could hack at SC. He was hacking at SC.
No, he couldn't cut it at SC. That's why he had
Yeah,
to leave.
that expectation was like way too high, but he was.
No, 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 no. When you leave to go somewhere else of a lesser caliber, you couldn't cut it.
Wait, where did he go? He didn't.
Where did he go?
He left. He got drafted out of SC, didn't
No, I
he?
don't think so.
Because he beat out. Because I mean, you guys had all them quarterbacks come in there that just didn't fan out. I mean, sure, you have JT Daniels. I mean, he beat out JT Daniels. He transferred JT Daniels out of there. He transferred the kid. Uh, he transferred a couple people out of there. I mean, it would. I personally think it would be dumb for Sam Darnold to leave Minnesota. It's like the perfect fit for him. He got weapons. He's got an offensive coordinator who's aggressive, who plays into his style, who they revitalized his arm talent. They made the offense around his arm and his talent. Watch next year. Watch how much he's gonna run next year. He's gonna he
Yeah,
because
he. He'll still say he couldn't. I still say he couldn't cut it at SC, bro. And I'm an SC fan.
I know you are, but you were just y'all had all them recruits, 5 stars coming in there that challenged him, and he still beat them out. He was beating out all the quarterbacks y'all kept bringing in. That was the problem. Is this you guys had all that talent coming in, you guys just weren't winning. So y'all,
Nah.
he left with that stigma of not winning as an SC guy.
When he left SC for the
That was
Jet,
it.
like I said, bro, maybe he came out too early. He only played 2 years in college. 15, well, 15, 16, and 17. But I feel like one more year would have really been able to develop a
That
little
was
bit
happening.
better.
Mm-mm. He had the
I,
league.
I don't know, bro. I
He
don't
was
know.
killing.
I don't have the faith in Sam Darnold. I just don't. I think if you take all that away that Minnesota offers, I don't think you have the same quarterback. I just
No,
don't.
not at all. But I think Minnesota's not the same team without him either. I think they fit and mesh perfectly with each other. I just think he ran into the blues. He ran into the playoff blues. The game was big. They didn't slow it down for him. He
Yeah.
didn't
I
have
mean,
enough veterans in there to calm him down and settle him down, and he just made mistakes. He was trying to do too
they
much.
brought him in as a bridge quarterback. You know what I mean? They brought him in as a bridge just in case JJ didn't work out. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or wasn't up to par. Then he got hurt, and then they had to turn to Sam. Like, look, did he earn a contract in free agency? Yes. But should that contract come from another team or the Minnesota Vikings? I believe it should come from the Minnesota Vikings.
And
Now,
so
should it
like
be $40 million? I don't know. I highly doubt that. You know, um, but no,
how much a year? 40 million at how
we-
many years?
no, nigga, we talking $40 million a year.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
No,
forty
they get
point two to be exact. 40.2 to be exact.
you can stay your ass in that purple jersey there. And one season
I
don't give
don't,
you
I don't, I
one
don't
season
think
don't give
Sam
you 40.
Darnold is a $40 million quarterback right now. I just
No,
don't.
nah. I mean he earned 18,
Maybe
19.
maybe in the 20 mil range, because that's a fair amount for a quarterback, but definitely not the 40, bro.
It's just because of the market you have to pay him that much because of the
Man,
market.
fuck that.
I don't I
Just
don't
like
I
I
don't
just I don't feel Dak Prescott is a $60 million quarterback. I
no.
don't think Dak Prescott thinks he's a $60 million quarterback, and that's why he restructured his contract.
Well, no, he was a $6 million contract with the Cowboys because of the Cowboys.
That guy's not a $60 million quarterback nowhere.
No, no, but like I said, franchises help out. And I think the marketing he got from being a Dallas Cowboy and being the face, it was less football why he gets some money and the accolades of outside of football. But now he just sucks so bad, like he lost everything from outside of football. So, no more State Farm, no more Campbell soup, none of that. But uh, I I really hope you can like give me some insight and like give me some more life. Like I'm really trying to look at this offense, right?
Yeah.
Outside of my optimism is, yo, what's up, man? Like, well, I do have a mind. Look at Menace, Blue Menace. Appreciate you for
D
coming by.
Menace, what it do, Brody?
Um, is Chip Kelly going to improve the running game? Yes, running game is actually going to be good, decent next year. Decent has a caliber of being good. Um, Chip Kelly is really, really good at educating, helping his running backs, and Zamir White, I think, really is going to benefit. Kev told me, he doesn't see Zamir making the team, um, and that's a possibility. But I think with as sorry as our running back room is, as old as our running back room is, it's going to be hard getting rid of him over so many other people.
But I'd rather see sincere. Issue with him is he can't stay healthy.
So I wouldn't
That's
want to
gonna
see. So bye.
that's gonna be a problem with him. He can't seem to
Mhm.
stay healthy. I got an issue with that. I like what I saw from him. I was hoping he would have did more, but seems like his body can't stand up to the hits or
Yeah, which
can't
is
take
why
the abuse of football or something, bro. But whatever, every season he's been hurt since the moment we drafted him, which I really have an issue with. Uh, Taking late round draft picks and UDFA's that are hurt, bro. Like, nah, go get healthy and re-enter the draft next year or something, bro. I don't know, but
did he
taking
come
chances on
in?
players that's hurt, I'm tired of that.
Did he come in drafted hurt?
Hmm. Yes, he
I
did.
wasn't. I wasn't just a fan of him really. I honestly wanted to see the kid from New Hampshire get a little more touches and develop more plays for him and just stretch the field. I mean, we had just the creativity of what you have and like and I hate. I'm going to be hating right now. The Raiders have arguably the best tight end room in the NFL right now. They had arguably the best tight end room last year in 2024. Like
Well, they
people,
damn sure had the best tight end in the NFL last year.
yeah, they had two tight ends who were top 15, top. possibly two top 10 guys. Michael Mayer is a top 10 tight end. We just don't use him correctly. And the thing is, we have matchup nightmares with our tight ends because they're so athletic and they catch with their hands. But the lack of creativity that Getsy had last year and whoever replaced him is it should be criminal. The fact that we didn't throw them the ball a lot more. We didn't run out of double tight end or two tight end side.
I'm
You
telling you,
know,
Michael Mayer didn't want to play for Getsy. That's why he disappeared until Getsy was fired. He didn't want to play for him.
yeah, but it's going to be similar with Chip Kelly because Chip Kelly's not a big tight end guy. He's never been a big tight end guy.
I think. See, here's the thing. I think Chip Kelly develops his offense around the weapons that he has available. That's one of the things that I like about him. You know, his offense is not the same. The offense he ran in Oregon is not the same offense he ran in Philly. It's not the same offense he ran at UCLA. It's not the same offense that you just saw at Ohio State. So I don't expect it to be the same offense for the Raiders. The thing that makes him so genius in being an offensive guru, as people call him, is the fact that he knows how to build an offense that works around the weapons he has available. So you got a tight end like Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. You don't deviate from that in your offense. You don't just throw that off to the side. You make it work. You build around that. And I think that's what Chip Kelly does. That's one of the reasons why I was arguing for Justin Fields so bad. Like people say, "Oh, Justin Fields," but look, you give him a coordinator like a Chip Kelly, and I see you. I believe you see a very, 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 very vast difference in the
Yeah.
Justin Fields that you know now to the Justin Fields you'll see then. It's just my, it's just my thought.
Yeah. Him, Dorian Thompson Robinson from Cleveland. We might give him a call. Because he ran UCLA offense, so setting records with Chip Kelly there. Justin Fields, I wouldn't mind. I was against Justin Fields becoming a Raider, but if Chip Kelly at the helm, I wouldn't mind seeing Justin Fields with Chip Kelly.
Yeah, Justin Fields with a Chip Kelly, I'm fine with.
Yeah,
Justin Fields with a Getsy last year, no, I didn't want to see that. I
not
didn't
at
want to
all.
see the same shit that I saw in Chicago. I wasn't gonna see nothing.
I think it would have been worse.
You gave him a Gardner Minshew who was actually a better quarterback than what he displayed last year, and his offense still fucking sucks.
Yeah, yeah. That was rough. I will say I did have to bite my tongue when you said offensive guru. I mean, I think he lost that title after leaving. Um, I was
Nah, I think he regained it after what I saw at Ohio State this year.
not for me. Not for me. You would you
They
would
they
you
off they offense came alive, bro. At the end, when they went on their run, bro, they offense came alive, bro.
that was just a team that was gelling, but that was always there. My thing was, you're right. He did call a better scheme, and he was a better play caller than the previous offensive coordinator the year prior at Ohio State. He was able to utilize his dual running back system to open up the passing game,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he went to Philly from Oregon, and then, as you said, ran a different offense. Makes no sense when you had D-Jack, when you had Jeremy Macklin, when you had Shady McCoy, when you had Sproles over there. Like that didn't make sense why you would not call a similar offense to what you ran at Oregon and bring it to the NFL. And then when you don't do that, then you have the issues, and then people start saying the things that they say, and the stories come out about you, and Your
That
conniving
quarterback
ways.
wasn't capable of running that Oregon offense.
Nick Foles ran Nick Foles ran the same offense at U of A.
Well, then I
That
don't know.
that was
Then I
that's
don't
what I'm
have an
saying.
answer for you.
No,
That'd have been the only thing that I could think of was maybe the quarterback just couldn't run that offense. But
that's the whole reason why he was going there because he had a guy who previously ran the offense and ran the very same offense at U of A. Because U of A beat Chip Kelly in Oregon when Foles was there. Um, Plus he had Carlos and he had Wentz too. So he had two guys who could run the offense, but he just couldn't figure it out because he didn't know which one he should play. You know, Wentz was getting paid, but Nick Foles knew how to run the offense better. And you saw what happened when Doug Peterson came there. He said, "Look, you the better guy." You know what I'm saying? He knew how
well, I
to.
mean that's what I'm saying. It wasn't Nick Foles running the offense. It was uh
No, Wentz ran it, but then Wentz got hurt. And then when Wentz got healthy after getting hurt, when he came back, he's like, "Now I'm still rolling with Nick Foles." That's when they went on a run. But I know for Chip Kelly's offense to be successful, he needs a two-back system. And that right there kind of frustrated. What made me mad with the Chip Kelly hire was I knew we weren't going to get a quarterback in the draft. Unless we pull some strings and as you know, as we talked about yesterday, whoever is sending these stories out about Shador, please keep talking. Now look, let me tell y'all this. It's gonna have no bearing. It's gonna have no bearing on where he's drafted in the NFL because the kid's still gonna go number one or two. It's, he's not dropping. If he drops to us,
yeah.
and thank you. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna say so many prayers like yo, thank you. I don't know who or why or how this happened, but for him to fall to us, I will him or Cam, like But this is just what the NFL does. When a certain team wants you, they're gonna spread some things about you so you can fall to them. Because when the more dirt comes out or little petty things like this comes out, that means you're a high demand guy, and there's no way the team sees that they can get to you without doing that because they want you.
Yeah.
That's why guys don't get mad. He's really the priority of the draft. Multiple teams want him. Some teams don't have access to him without being able to find a way for him to fall. He's not going to do anything stupid. He's not going to be in the street. He's not going to make a mistake like certain kids do. You can't just throw no girl at him because he's been had girls. He got money. He has great representation. His mentor is the GOAT of quarterbacks. So there's no way you're going to rattle him or just throw him off. So how can we do it? We got to throw dirt on his name. We got to do something so he can get to us, possibly get to us. Shoot, people's jobs is at stake right now. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to keep my job, keep this multi-million-dollar job. So I mean, it's unfortunately this is part of the game. It's
Yeah.
nasty work, but that's the game. This is what comes with the territory. But mentally, he's been prepared for this since he's been at Truth University in high school. He's been prepared for this type of stuff. So it ain't nothing new to him. It's not gonna rattle him, which is why I said him or Cam Ward are the only two quarterbacks I draft. There's not another quarterback in this draft that is worth drafting pre third
Definitely
round.
not Milrow.
I told
Definitely
people
not Milrow.
Milrow needs to go back to school. Milrow has all the arm talent. Milrow has the body and the athleticism. He does not have this. And this is what's going to get him kicked out the league. He's been babied, he's been pampered, he's been cradled his whole college and high school career. This kid has no idea what adversity really is. And when he finally met his first adversity in college, he fucking cracks every time. He doesn't know how to win. He's not going to be able to handle the fan base jumping on his ass because he's making mistakes. He's not ready for the NFL. I hate the fact that he's going to the NFL. Congratulations on getting your deal or whatever you get. But this kid is a bench. He's going to be a bench warmer, man, because he's not mentally prepared for this. I've seen it far too many times. All the talent in the world has no mental fortitude, has no mental compass, does not have the IQ to be an NFL quarterback. He barely had the IQ to be a college quarterback.
This is why I say kids that are really, really good in Pop Warner don't usually make it to the NFL. They usually don't.
At
Because
quarterback,
when you're really, really good at the Pop Warner level, everybody babies you. Everybody cradles you. You know what I mean? You aren't allowed to fall
man,
as
I hear what you're
normal
saying.
players would. You know what I mean? Players who look, players who are not that good in Pop Warner get better over time. You know
Mm,
what I mean? And then they get to be good in high school, and then they get to be really, really good in college. Those are the ones that tend to usually make it to the NFL.
yeah,
They're the
because they
ones
have.
that work. They continuously show growth. Um, they have people telling them you're not gonna make it. You got to do this to make it. Versus the guy who's been good his whole life, and people, oh man, you going to the NFL, you're gonna be a superstar. They gonna love
Yeah,
you. They gonna want you. They got to have you. You could do no wrong. That guy usually tends to burn out senior year of high school, freshman year of college, sophomore year of college, or they do make it to the NFL and they're a nobody. You're no longer a superstar. You're a third stringer. You're a fourth stringer. You're a practice squad player. You're not mentally prepared for that because your whole life you've been told you was a star. So, I got an issue with that. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, yeah. Well, quite similar how I was educated and told to look at it is kids like Milrow were like this. As you're saying with that analogy, like with Pop Warner, kids of his caliber and Pop Warner, he was the best kid on the field. So there was nothing he could do wrong. So yeah, were people catering and kowtow to him and said, just feed his mind? Yeah, because he flat out was just the most talented kid on the field. He was stronger than everybody. He was bigger than everybody. He was just better. When he got
Yeah.
to high school, it was similar. He filled out more. He still was the best athlete on the. No, in Pop Warner, he was the most dominant because he probably was the biggest. When he got to high school, he was the most talented and had the best athleticism. When he got to college, he was. Um, I don't think he was, but when it gets to college, he has the talent, and he has talent, and he definitely has he could be developed. But in an NFL, everyone's that. And the thing is, when you see him in college to equal, like college is almost the equalizer. The real equalizer is pros because everyone's equal out there. It really is who mentally is greater than the other person because y'all equally as talented, you equally as gifted. Like everyone is gifted on that field. Everyone is athletically gifted.
Some better than others.
Yet some are freaks. You have your freaks, you have your super freaks, but everyone on that field is a freak if you take. Remember, they're the best player on their team in college. So they were freaks in college. Now you're running into super freaks when you get to the
Yeah.
pro.
Yeah.
And then you get the one of guys. So you could be a super freak and still there's someone who could be better than you. And that's the NFL period. Sometimes that could go from game to game. You could be the super freak this game, then next week you playing Saquon Barkley. Now it's like, damn, people ain't even looking for me. Then the week after that, you know what I'm saying, you could be playing Michael Vick. and it's just so on and so. There's somebody who's just there's just always a freak, and there's someone who's going to be better than you. So Milrow had ran into that shit. He was running into that in college. It's just he was on a great team with great people around him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if people really watch that Georgia game, you see everything he's going to do in the NFL and all his flaws. He was very bad in the Georgia game. He threw a lot of 50-50 dead balls that he was bailed out. Like that one that tied the
Yeah.
game, that was the receiver all the way. That wasn't him. He didn't do anything. He threw a bad ball and his receiver had to it was underthrown. It was thrown on the inside. It wasn't thrown on the outside. That throw told me he's not NFL ready. That one throw where they tied the game because the receiver caught it and he broke the tackle and scattered down the line, that throw shows you he's not an NFL guy. That's all you had to see. And if anyone tells you that that was an NFL throw, they're stupid. Like, cause it's not. It was a bad ball where he was bailed out by a guy who was an athletic freak on the field, and he was the best player, and he had that all around him. And
So
that,
I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Shador real quick. You spoke your words. You know what I mean? You spoke your piece. And I've
yeah,
said this on my show. I don't know if you caught it or whatnot. But I don't take the word of a beat writer who overheard in passing a quarterback coach make a comment about Shador Sanders. Because that's what happened.
but
I'm telling you
so
right now, that's what happened.
that, I mean, just if I heard that right, a quarterback coach told a beat writer that they overheard a conversation about.
No, no, no. A beat writer
Okay,
overheard a quarterback coach talking to a front office person about Shador and how he felt about him. See, this the quarterback coach is catching a lot of slack because he made the comment within earshots of somebody, right?
did they release the
I
quarterback
think he
coach?
made the comment, huh?
Did they release his name?
What happened?
They released the
No,
guy.
no, no.
Oh, I'm gonna say, damn.
They didn't release the coach's name. It's a quarterback coach, and apparently his team is picking in the top 7.
Hmm.
Normally, when they don't say top 10, they say top 7. It's the last team in the top 7. So who's picking at 7?
I believe that isn't that us? That's 7.
No, we 6.
Oh, we moved up. I
Yeah,
thought we.
we're at 6.
Oh shit, even better. I thought we was locked in at 7. Who did we jump to?
We're at 6.
We're at 6. Thought we was 7 this whole time. Like I said, I gotta get caught up. I gotta start opening my ESPN and start looking at them things. So we 6. So 7th will be what?
Yeah.
Jacksonville? Not Jacksonville. Not the Saints. Let's see. Giants, Carolina,
So the Titans have 1.
Titans,
Cleveland has 2. The
Ravens,
Giants have 3. Patriots at 4. Jacksonville at 5. Vegas at 6. The Jets at 7.
Jets.
And that sounds like a comment the Jets would make. That sounds like a comment the Jets would make. The Jets need a quarterback desperately.
Mm,
They need a quarterback desperately. They want Shador. They think that's the only way they're gonna get Shador is to, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, I don't think he made the comment to the person. I think the person who reported it overheard.
was ear hustling.
Ear hustling.
Oh,
You
let's.
know what I mean?
How you doing, Ralph?
So
Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for stopping by. I saw you earlier.
so let's see. Tennessee Titans' biggest need, number one, is a quarterback. I think they'll take Cam. I think they're gonna take Cam, or they may take they may take Jackson Dart.
I think they're gonna take Travis Hunter. I think Travis goes number one. They're gonna give him a receiver.
Corner.
Oh, they can play him. They can still play him at corner because remember they drafted Adoree Jackson from you guys who play both ways. Remember?
Yeah. They
I
need a quarterback, wide receiver, edge rusher, offensive tackle, and a safety.
I mean, for them, they need someone who they can market. And Cam Ward isn't marketable in Tennessee. He's
But I think they may also take the road of getting a tackle to relieve some of the pressure off of Will Levi, a
That's what
guy
I'm
that they
saying.
just drafted, or
Yeah,
Will Levis, whatever his name is. Will
I,
Levis.
yeah, Will Levis. I still think they're invested in Levis, which is why I said they're going to go get Travis Hunter. One, you get him a receiver, a
I,
weapon.
I I don't think a wide receiver is the answer for them.
No, not at
Without
all.
somebody to eliminate the pressure of blitzes and rushes, because they need an offensive tackle bad. They need an
They,
offensive tackle guy.
but they need a
Because this
face.
guy is under pressure a lot. He's under
Mhm.
pressure a lot.
They need a face
You
to the
know,
franchise for logistics. I'm gonna say like this: is Tennessee really about winning? Do you feel Tennessee's really about winning right now, or are they just trying to fill a stadium and get a face to their franchise?
I I believe the city of Tennessee, the fans of the Titans, I think they're ready to win. And I don't think no matter
Not
who you draft, no face is gonna get them in that stadium without wins.
hmm
They're just not having it. They're not having it. They're not. So that's my honest belief. I honestly believe that that's the case. They want to win. They don't want a face of the franchise. That's supposed to be the quarterback. So get him some protection.
I mean, they have them, but you need weapons too.
You just drafted him. You just drafted him. And you
hmm
spent a high draft pick to get him.
Yeah, and you got them national commercials, so I don't see them bailing on them. So what do you do? I think you got to put pieces around them. You don't have pieces around them. Travis Hunter plays both sides of the ball, fulfills a need in two different places. Great kid, marketable, can be the face of your franchise. It's hard to pass up because now look, fan base. We understand every fan base wants to win. Every fan base feels like they're going to be more logical and think they know what's best for the team.
Yeah.
But when it comes to logistics, like, do they really think that they can win within the next 2 years? No. So what are they going to say? Is it better for us to do this or get pieces that possibly can make us better and fatten up our wallet book? And that's what Tennessee's at because Tennessee's a small market team. So when you have a chance to get a big market face, now who are they
Yeah.
going to pick? Are you going to get Deion Sanders' son? Or are you going to get the kid who won the Heisman who can who go both ways? Like they have two options, which is they have options.
Yeah.
Now, what they do, I think they have such an important role in how the draft is going to go. And often, not like this is like the most crazy number one pick because it's going to dictate how the draft is going to go.
Yeah.
Because if they don't draft quarterback first, Shador and Cam aren't going to come off probably. Who you said one was them, two is Carolina, not Carolina, just Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah. And they gonna need edge rushers. They're gonna
And
need two of them.
you think Cleveland might pass up on a quarterback because they
Yeah,
too invested
Cleveland's
in
definitely
the draft.
passing on a quarterback. They need one, but they need an edge rusher because Miles Garrett is done with them.
Hmm.
He's already said he's not interested in going back to Cleveland in no form or fashion.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much impact with this number one pick, and I truly feel Tennessee is content with giving Levis another year and a half.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad if it's Travis Hunter. Cool, great.
Yeah.
Would I like to get a Travis Hunter? Of course, but I look, if it's not Shador, I need a lineman.
Well, hey, Anthony Estrada got a question for you, Dirty. How you feel about max extension?
Um, I'm fine with Max extension. I got
Hey,
no problem with it.
I said he said he's happy and hope he balls out. Or do you think we should trade? We should trade or get something better.
Nobody's taking Max's contract.
What do you?
Max is the highest. Max is the highest paid NFL player outside of a quarterback right now. Nobody's taking that contract. He's the highest paid player outside of the quarterback position.
Oh,
Nobody is taking that trade. And we're not interested in trading Max. That
yeah, we.
that contract is a statement that Max is not available for conversation of any trade talks. That's a signal. That's a signal. Look, you don't get rid of the heart and soul of your team if you're truly trying to build. You don't. You build around it. You find players like it. That's how I see it.
So then, do you go after Miles Garrett?
No,
Why not?
no, you don't.
Why not?
No, you don't.
Why
Because
not?
it's gonna cost too much. It's gonna cost way too much. And I'm not talking about the bank for Miles Garrett. I'm talking about what it's gonna cost to get him away from Cleveland. Because they're not interested in talking any trades.
Wait, so you
So
still?
in order
Oh,
to get their interest, bro, you're gonna have to throw the world at them, bro. And I just don't see it happening. They gonna want enough to where they can get at least two or three pieces that they need in the first two rounds.
well, they don't have no leverage no more. If he already said they don't want to play there.
They got all the leverage in the world. He's still under contract.
True, but if he don't play and he's willing to sit out, and he can sit out,
He
they lose.
can. He got the money to sit out.
That's what
That's
I'm
not the
saying. So if
problem.
he sits out, then Cleveland loses all their leverage because now the whole league knows he ain't gonna play for y'all. So we ain't gotta give you what you asking for. I'm not because I know that guy's not gonna play for you, and he gonna sit out a whole nother year. I'll give him some back end deals and the recoup that money.
Look,
But I
they gonna do exactly what Detroit did to Barry Sanders when Barry Sanders refused to play. They froze his contract. So all the years that he didn't play was a null and void on his contract, and it re-upped the following year. And when he didn't play, it moved to the following year. And then when he realized what they was doing, he retired.
yeah,
Cleveland,
that was
Cleveland will fuck around and do the same shit, bro.
nah. I don't think it's gonna fly. The man, the NFLPA is too strong,
Hey,
and the way the
a
world is
contract.
moving
Look, the NFLPA is the NFLPA, and I give you that. But a contract is a contract,
draft.
and that's just that.
I mean,
A
I hear that.
contract is a contract.
I understand that. Don't mean I have to own it though.
You kind of do. You kind
How
of do because it's not a rookie contract.
Don't have to get rid of
This is an extension that you signed for.
uh, under the premise that you were going to do this. I signed it under
Nope.
the
You
of this.
signed under the premise that they was giving you the amount of money that they threw at you to get that fucking extension done. That was what
Mhm.
you signed under.
Well,
You
no, yeah,
you
I think.
knew. You knew when you signed that contract that Deshaun Watson was not the fucking answer. You knew it.
Mm-hmm.
You was in practice with him. You knew he wasn't the fucking answer. And then they
And
brought in a Jameis Winston. You knew again
hey,
that you
playoff
still had
James.
issues.
James has been balling off the court
Hey,
and on.
look, you can make a strong case for Jameis Winston as a good human being and all of that, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a great career in broadcasting. But you're not going to erase the fact that this nigga threw 40 touchdowns and 40 interceptions in the same fucking year.
30-30.
30,
That was
it
so
don't matter, bro.
long.
It's never
That was
been
so
done.
long. That was so
It has
long.
never been done in the in the history of the NFL. It had never been done. He went 30 for 30.
Yeah, I hear you. So, and to answer your questions, I'm happy about it because Max is a Raider and we're keeping our guy. I just want to see us build around him. So, the extension is cool. I knew we were gonna have to pay for him. I just want to see what we do around it. I'm not mad
Yeah.
at it. But like I said, it leaves optimism, which I've had very rarely these last couple years, almost a decade now with the Raiders.
Hmm.
Um, but like I said, it's still up for grabs. I don't feel like dirty. I think Max is tradable commodity right now. Um, I understand he got that contract, but the contract's not front loaded. It's kind of spread out. Even though that's a crazy amount of money for that, and plus with the new deals and new money that's going to be coming in, I think they'll find a way to work around that um, and to stretch out the deal. Uh, was he the first ever Heisman that could play both sides of the ball? Uh, no, because I mean Charles Woodson could play both sides of the ball, but to have impact on both sides of the ball, yes. But he wasn't the
Cool.
first guy to play both sides of the ball. No, Jim Brown could
Cool.
have played both sides. Travis Hunter. He's saying
No,
was he the first Heisman that could play both sides of the ball? To be as impactful, yes, but to be the first to do
no. He's not the first impactful, and I'm gonna tell you why.
on both sides of the
He-
ball,
on both sides of the ball, I'm gonna tell you why. That was the reason why Charles Woodson won the Heisman Trophy.
Charles
Was the
Woodson
fact that he was,
was
huh?
impactful on offense. He was not impactful on offense.
He
He had
was. That was he was. That's the reason why Charles Woodson won the Heisman Trophy because he was impactful on both sides of the ball for Michigan.
no.
He didn't play a lot of wide receiver, but when he did get the ball as a wide receiver, it was a touchdown or it was a big play.
He had like 3 or 4 touchdowns. He wasn't impactful or move. He wasn't
Hey,
moved and
hey,
needed
I,
as a
I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, that's the
30,
reason why. That's the reason why he won the Heisman Trophy, bro.
30,
I'm
30,
tell. Hey, go look
30.
it up.
He
Go
he
look it
he
up.
would he would have been a Heisman candidate just as a wide receiver if he went full time. That's the impactfulness I'm talking about. Like he was the game plan on both sides of the ball. We're not gonna throw at him
No,
on
no.
this.
Now look, he's the best.
Yeah,
He's the
that's what I'm
best
saying.
to ever do it.
But that's
Travis
impactful.
Hunter. Travis Hunter's the best to ever do it at the college level. Be impactful like that. But he's not the first Heisman Trophy winner. No, he's not.
Yeah, I said
You know
he's
what I
not
mean?
play both sides, but he's the first to be impactful on both sides. Charles Woodson did not matter on the offensive side of the ball. I don't care what you tell me. You can watch that. He was not impactful. Could he get a ball and
I
score? Yeah,
beg to differ.
he did, but he
I
wasn't.
beg to
He
I
didn't
beg
have
to differ.
like he had like less than 20 or 30. Yeah, less than
Hey,
like 20.
them touchdowns that he got, they was big. They was impactful touchdowns, bro. I beg to differ.
He what for a player or so? But I'm saying if you have
hey,
less than
hey,
25,
hey,
if you have less than
hey.
25
Agree to
receptions,
disagree. We can agree to disagree.
You can't be impactful with less than 500 yards and less than 25 catches. No, not as a wide receiver. Let's stop it. But he made impactful play. It could have been on either side of the ball. They both did that. But to be impactful throughout the whole year, where you were like, "Yo, we can't let him get the ball. We can't do." No, Charles Woodson wasn't. Charles Woodson had the capability to probably do it, but he just didn't. So that's why I'm saying if
Well, I think Travis Hunter was more impactful on the offensive side of the ball than he was on the defensive side.
yeah, but because he got the Dion treatment, don't throw at him. So when
Yeah.
you take a half, when you take half a field
Yeah.
run, you back in
You
the
do have
game.
that.
Don't throw at that kid, and hopefully they don't throw at him on the other end. So I would say I agree with him. He's not the first, but I will say he's the most impactful to do on both sides. Like he's the first at that, but he's not the first Heisman winner who played both sides. I hope he competes this season with the money. Yeah, I hope everyone competes. All right, here goes a question for y'all. I think I know your answer, but I'm gonna wait to let you answer it. Would you take back Devontae for cheap because he's a diva?
Yeah.
I know. Of course, I would take Devontae back. Like it's not even a question, and not because he's not a diva. Like I like that term diva is used so freely that it's just
I told
it
y'all Devontae never wanted to leave in the first place.
didn't, but he had to because he's gonna lose his fucking mind because there were guys who just didn't give a fuck about playing. Like it's terrible to be in
Well,
that
it
room.
wasn't just that. It had a lot to do with the GM too. He
Yeah,
he did not like the guy that was here. Telesco. He didn't like Telesco, bro.
they were
He
phony.
felt like Telesco came in and fucked the team up.
Shit, which is crazy. Which you can mess the team up even more after Josh McDaniels. But yeah, I'm just saying it's like it's phoniness. He couldn't be around it.
Yeah.
It was more business than it was more. I'm about my money than I am about my business on the field. And they're just guys who just didn't want to play football. They were just guys there to get paid. So you have to get away from that because you get hurt like that. Menace said, "Do you build a team in free agency or you build it in the draft?" I think, Dirty, you kind of answered that earlier about right now we need to, when I said mercenaries, you need to build within free agency. I'm kind of going the opposite route. I think we need to, for
I think
what
it
we're
need, I think it needs to be a combination of both, bro.
through, it is,
Honestly,
but
I think if you're asking me if I need to build in the draft or build in free agency, bro, it needs to be a combination of both. It needs to be a combination of both. And that's just the reality of the whole situation when you think about it. You hit at both. You know what I mean? You build, you get you a couple of veterans, not saying that you got to depend on them, but you got to bring in some dependable veterans that can teach these guys that you're bringing in the later rounds how to be successful at this level. You can't rely just all on coaching. See, that's one of the things that I like about Philadelphia. The way that their organization goes about doing things. They draft some pieces later in the rounds, but they have veteran players there for them pieces to learn from. They knock it out the park in the first 3 to 4 rounds all the time. But then they knock it out the park in the later rounds, and you just don't see it for like 2 or 3 years because that's when they get those players that can develop behind the veterans that they have, and it looks like their offensive line has never slipped.
I mean,
Their offensive,
I,
there's
I
the center that came in and took over for Kelsey looked like Kelsey.
yeah, because he played behind them. He was
That's what
ready
I'm
to take.
saying.
He was
They
ready to take
doing
the.
it the right way.
But the Eagles also got lucky with the draft a couple of times, like just picking the best
I
available. Like
won't say it's luck if you did it 3 years in a row. It's not luck.
it's not hard. Nicole Dean, Daniels, and freaking what's his name? They fell to him every time.
Hey,
The
look,
only one, the
it's
only one
still
that got
not
lucky
luck
this
if you
season,
do it
the
three
only one
years in a row. It's not luck anymore.
it is, yeah, it is. It can be if the guy falls into your lap and you just take the best available, then you're not.
Hey, look.
The team just
You know
like yo
what?
outside
I
of
would,
Nicole
I would,
Dean.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you in that sense. But here's the thing about it: in order for that player to fall into their lap, that means somebody else had to miss out on it. That somebody else usually being us. I wanted a N'Kobe Dean. We passed on it. He
Every
ended
guy,
up in Philly.
everybody we got on defense, we were supposed to get. No, outside of N'Kobe Dean because they picked him before.
I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it fell into their lap, and it's like, yo, okay, shit, it's gonna fall into it. So yeah,
Jalen Carter.
look
Hey,
up.
look, I said Philly was the best spot for him. If he was gonna succeed in the NFL, it needed to be in Philadelphia where they can have some control over the kid and he's playing with people that he knows, you know what I mean, and things of that nature. I feel like if he was anywhere else, I don't think he'd be having the same success. I just don't.
No,
I felt like Philly was the perfect fit for him.
yeah, that just
And he's gonna continue to thrive in Philly.
yeah, that whole defense is a fit for everybody in that defense. But to
How
answer
he
like
playing in Philly, he was not gonna play here. I'm just telling you that right now. Defense ain't built the same.
yeah, because they don't have the same defensive coordinator. I'm not gonna say nothing about Patrick Graham like that. But to answer your question, man, it's like I would say to build, yeah, you would have to build in the draft. Like that's what it is. But to complete the build, you would have to finish it off with free agency. And I think that's what the Eagles excelled at is they were able to build their foundation and develop it, and then they completed it with key free agent pieces and guys that, like Dirty said, they were able to transition seamlessly to the next guy, the next man up, because they were able to transition for having vets that were there, that were willing to train, that were helping their guys and develop. Also with their development management team, with their player personnel, it was just seamless when their second string or backups were coming in, or like guys who were retiring replacing. Like even when they lost like Trent Williams and things like it is what it is. Like the Eagles are like really killing it with their front office. But I would say, yeah, you would build your team through the draft and you complete it in free agency. I mean, you can. I mean, but that's to win. I mean, you can build a team through the free agency, but like I haven't seen a team that's just been built in free agency that's won a Super Bowl. Uh,
Look, I'll
no,
say it right now. I'll say it. I'll say it loud, and people can be mad at me. Philly is the best ran franchise in the NFL right now.
Philly, Washington.
Philadelphia Eagles are the best ran franchise in the NFL right now.
uh, What
They
about
doing
Kansas?
everything. They do everything the right way. They
Kansas
do
City?
everything the right way. They just gave Saquon his money that he so rightfully deserved. You know, gave him his 2 year extension at $40 million.
Mm, yeah, I can't. I'm trying to find an. I agree with you, but I'm trying to find an argument because I mean there are teams that are doing better, but I think the Eagles are
You,
doing it the best. But
they're the best ran franchise in the NFL right now. Look, they got superstar. Look, they're able to pay their superstar talent
mhm, I'm just trying to think.
when other teams say they don't want to. Oh, we can't pay them. Well, it makes no sense. A Philly is in the NFL and has to abide by the same salary cap as everybody else. How do they make it work?
Okay.
And other people can't figure out how to make it work. Bro, you're paying Jalen Hurts right now. You're paying Saquon Barkley right now. You're paying the wide receiver that came from Tennessee.
AJ
You're
Brown,
paying, yeah, you're paying him. You're paying a wide receiver on the other side. You got
Devontae.
five guys on your defensive side that you're paying right now. You got offensive linemen that you're paying. Bro, you got like 20 motherfuckers on your roster that's making anywhere from 10 to $50 million a year.
Okay. You making a very valid and great argument. I'm trying to be devil's advocate. I'm gonna give you three teams because I think they're doing a really okay. The Eagles are doing it the best, but I do think they have competition. I don't think it's as like widespread as you're kind of putting it. I mean, but you're making a hell of an argument, and it's difficult. I'm gonna say these three teams. I think Washington, Green Bay, the Texans, and Pittsburgh, because it's hard not to put a Tomlin run team up there. And Pittsburgh just they have a
Well,
really
see,
great.
and here's where I'm gonna shoot that down. Here's where I'm gonna shoot that down at. Yeah, they look nice on the field. Pittsburgh's always in turmoil, and Pittsburgh's always been known not to pay its players. That's just the way it goes. They're not paying players. They don't. It's very rare that they do. So no, I can't give you a Tomlin ran team because you said that's a Tomlin ran team. When I refer to Pittsburgh, I'm talking about from the CEO all the way down to the motherfucker who puts the laces in the shoes.
Mhm.
I'm not just talking about no coach. Because in reality, before this year, there was a shitload of doubt that the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles could win a Super Bowl.
Mhm.
There was doubt. So now that he's won one, now his name is amongst the ranks of, oh, you know, what he did to the Chiefs. And nah, bro. You know what I mean? That's not how it goes. My son must be awake because my brother is calling me.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yeah. No, nah. You can't name me another team that's doing it like Philly right now.
Mhm.
I just don't. I don't know who it is, who it would be, or whatnot. But
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
agree.
you having me, bro. If I can get little man back to sleep, I'll come back.
I'm about to shut it down. I didn't realize it was on for like almost 2 hours now. It's like 1:45. Uh, were you about to go on tonight or no?
Nah, I'm about to go check on little man because
Uh,
he's up crying. Well,
any last words before you head out, or that was your last words? Or,
I stop listening to stop listening to these half-ass takes from these beat writers. You know, they write stories just to get you to click on their shit, but half the time once you get to reading into it, they don't know what the hell they talking about. You get lost in the story. Like, well, you just said, but now you say, and well, didn't that person just get signed like 3 days ago, and now you putting out an article 3 days later about? Nah, man, I'm good. I saw an article come out today. You know what I mean about Max Crosby being traded, and it's like, dude, we just signed him to a hell of an extension price, and you talking about trade? Nah, that don't make no sense. Can't listen to that. Can't listen to that stuff like that. I just can't. It makes no sense to me. So, yeah, other than that, yeah, let me take myself in here and be a good daddy and
go ahead and
take
handle
care
that.
of little man.
Yes, man, because that is a blessing, brother. So go ahead and handle that. I want to appreciate Dirty for coming by, man. Like I said, he could have been a million places today, but he decided to grace my screen today and join the channel. So I truly appreciate, love you for that, man. And
Yep.
hey,
Also,
okay,
appreciate you having me as always.
um, I I don't know how to remove, so you might have to do it yourself. Like I said, I'm doing it to YouTube first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might have to help a brother out right now because I don't know how to do it. All right, there you go. That's Dirty, everybody. Salute to Dirty for coming in. Appreciate that. Giving insight and Just giving a different perspective. And Anthony, man, I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm just giving it. He brought up a great, and I didn't disagree with it. But I will say I do want to acknowledge other teams that are doing a really good job and building their organization. I think deserve a little bit of credit. So that's what I was saying. What is his thought about these organizations? Because like I said, there are teams that were giving the Eagles a run for their money, and I think they're doing a damn good job at it. Um, uh, I think there's some other questions in here. Hey Joe, I do not want Jameis as a quarterback. I was just, playing, what I'm saying. He definitely did an amazing job with the Browns. I think he found his footing over there, for the end of his career and to have fun while he's doing it. Uh he only he only played D in the league, correct? Yeah, I think that's referring to Charles Woodson. Yes, Charles Woodson only played defense. I mean, he has some plays on the offense on the Raiders side, like early on, but he really was his defense only. Would I trade up for Hunter? No, uh, I would not. Um, if they do, I'm gonna be pissed. I won't be pissed. I'll be upset. Because like I said, the trade up for him, meaning that we're giving up a bunch, and he, I like Hunter. I don't love him. So if I don't love you, I can't trade up to get you. I can understand it, but I wouldn't like it. Adams and AP didn't get along. Actually, they did get along. It's just they didn't hate each other. I mean, there was different philosophies of football, but they understood it. And I think Adams had a different philosophy on offense, and AP said, "Hey, man, this is the offense that we're going with. This is the guy I hired." It was a difference of opinion on offense. So it wasn't that they didn't get along. It's just they had a difference of opinion, and one guy felt he should have, he should have more say in what's going on, especially with the play calling, and it just wasn't going his way. Would you say Jaden went early, but well earned and deserved? I don't think he went early because I think he. I know I said I wouldn't pick Jaden that early. I was one of the people against it, and as of right now, it shows that I'm wrong. Um, I just said I wouldn't have drafted him as a Raider. Not that I wouldn't draft him, but with the Raiders and the offensive coordinator at the time, we weren't going to run the offense that needed to be ran with him. And I think we would have ran him into the ground. So I said, as a Raider, I wouldn't draft him where we were. Do I think he went too high? No, because I thought he was, with the quarterbacks that came out, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks that came out. And I think Washington did an amazing job of scouting him, bringing in the right people, bringing in the right organization and staff that benefited him, and bringing in the right player personnel that works with him and building the offense around him. Can't fault them for it. They're in the position they are now because of that. They came in the Super Bowl with straight vengeance. I think you're remaining saying vengeance. I think you spelled that wrong, but yeah. Um, Not surprised they cheese. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, Minister, yes. Please hit the like button. Go ahead and support Dirty Man. Hit the notification on there. As like I said, man, he finally got his channel back after quite some time. So Dirty will be back on the original channel he had, you know, with the Red Nation channel. Uh, with that said, man, probably a stupid question for you. Would you roll with Aiden or um? If the draft picks are not Cam or Shador, I'm rolling with Aiden. And it's not a stupid question. Uh, but yeah, if I can't get Cam or Shador, and even if we draft them, I'm still you gotta beat Aiden out. Aiden's my starting quarterback. Aiden O'Connell is my starting quarterback until someone beats him out. So those are the only two guys I would draft that I would give him a shot to beat him out. The other guys in this draft at quarterback, no, they're gonna have to surprise me. I do like the kid from I do like the kid from Texas and yours. The only problem with him is that he is super, super injury prone. I think he's more fragile than JJ McCarthy was. And you heard how Dirty was talking about JJ McCarthy. Um, yeah, yours is just hurt all the time. But I do like him. Um, and all the other guys I wouldn't draft earlier than the late third or early fourth. I really want I really want to a role with Aiden, and AP didn't really give him his true shot. Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. AP got. I know a bunch of people aren't probably saying this, but AP got hosed. Like he didn't get his fair shot, and he was trying to find something to make magic. So he was trying to play, coach for his job, really. And we did a piss poor job of helping him secure his position because I mean you gave him two backup quarterbacks. At the time, Aiden O'Connell was a backup last year. He has an opportunity to be a starter this upcoming year and improve. So I would like to see him improve because unfortunately he's the best quarterback we have. Even if we draft somebody, he's going to be the best quarterback in the quarterback room. And if you're his best quarterback, you're a starter. But last year we had two backup quarterbacks who were battling for the starting position. I think he selected, or Luke Getzey selected Gardner because he was just a little bit more mobile and he just had more experience in the NFL. But I would have went with Aiden since Aiden had less experience, was younger, and had the opportunity to grow and develop, and he would have a seasoned guy who can help him and assist him. But Getsy's just an idiot, doesn't know freaking football, so what happened is what happened. Um, uh, but yeah, I don't think AP got a shot. I hate that. I'm not just saying that because there's a whole like black agenda. No, it's just you can't you can't give any guy two backup quarterbacks and expect him to have a reasonable season. And that was frustrating, but it is what it is. They moved on. McDaniels could have never made up his mind. So all three quarterbacks. Yeah, I mean he didn't have to. He forced that. Like he had his quarterback. He had a guy who was a playoff caliber quarterback with terrible teams, and he just didn't want to. He didn't want to fit he didn't want to fit people in his offense. So if you didn't fit in his offense, or he couldn't visually see you in his offense, he got rid of you. And that's just a terrible way of looking at football, and a terrible way of coaching, and just a terrible person. Period. Because if you can't adapt to implement people within your offense, and you're supposed to be an offensive guru or offensive genius, it just shows the lack of creativity and just your lack. Like it's, I can't stand Josh McDaniels personally. I just can't. Like the guy's a freaking clown. He's a loser. He's yeah. I would have punched him dead in his face if I would have been playing. I would have yeah. No way. Um, yeah. Um, it's been almost 2 hours, man. It's been a great podcast. I know it's kind of been everywhere. And like I said, I'm trying something new. It's a new podcast. I'm using the YouTube format and the YouTube videos with it. Was able to get somebody on and do a dual podcast with Dirty. Did have someone else I sent, but he couldn't make it. Shout out to Brown Crackers, podcast or Red Twan. Shout out to Eric. Who's the other people who needs to get shout outs. Ben. Um, Damn, it's been quite a long time. I don't know. Pharaoh, Severe. Um, yeah, man, it's crazy to actually hear that, man. Like, I really appreciate that. It has been a great show. It's been real great. It's been a great feeling. I've been gone for a minute, man, just dealing with a couple of things with life. I'll probably talk about it on the next one. I know it's a little bit late to say what the hell I've been going through and just a transition. spiritually and mentally that I had to go through, man, for what was going on in my life, which is why I just turned off all my internet and social media and things like that, man, because uh, crazy, not a crazy thing, just a very, very unfortunate thing happened that I wouldn't wish on nobody. But I'll talk about it probably on the next one. I'm getting more comfortable with it. Did a lot of healing. But it's good to be back, man. It's good to develop hobbies again and getting back into doing this and actually giving real good content, giving giving better insight and just giving out information, man, that I've had and I have. Um, and not be mad while I'm doing it. Like I understand I had a bunch of things I said early on, like earlier this year on my first two podcasts where I was kind of going at people and throwing subliminals. But if I do come at them again, like I said, bro, I don't have anything against you. I'll be more subjective, I guess you can say, and not just um, directly insulting or trying not to be insulting because from information I got, people said I was being disrespectful and they took it as disrespect and how I was doing it, which is why they reacted the way they did. And things went left and people made comments and then people were threatening other people's jobs or not threatening their jobs, just not trying to sit here and say that they were blackmailing people that I know or friends that I have. But in a sense, they kind of were getting blackmailed. And that sucks, especially when you're the problem, when you're the issue, and you have to be the problem. So I'll talk about that again. But I'm just saying, I'm keeping an eye out, man. Don't be mad if I'm critiquing you. I'll be more constructive with my criticism, but yeah, I got to be better, man. And I'll be talking about y'all probably fairly soon, but it'll be more constructive. But yeah, don't do that bullshit again, dog. Because like I said, if that's the case, then there's gonna be real problems. Love y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming. I'm just blabbering. I need to get off now. It's almost 2 hours. There's probably other people you guys can watch, but I thank y'all for coming to watch me. Come back. I'll be potting again. This weekend I'll be going to spring training out here in Arizona. I'll be going to the Dodger game this Sunday. I believe we play the Athletics, no longer the Oakland Athletics, just the Athletics, which is crazy. But I will be at spring training. If some of y'all are there, show up. I'll be there. Hit me up. I'm more open to it now. I know before I was closed minded and closed off when people just approaching me. Yo, pull up, man. I'm a cool, calm guy. I'll be there with friends. I'll be there with my girl. Um, that's what I'll be doing this weekend. Um, I'll be doing this next week. I'll probably do another pod Wednesday. I might do one Sunday. If I'm feeling good and I have the time, I'll probably do one Sunday. It'll probably be a later show, but I do like trying to get this and do it earlier, with better time, so I can get be more interactive with other people and other streams or other podcasts. I like interacting with other people. Sometimes doing these solo ones, they're cool. Um, they probably won't be as long, but I definitely want to interact with other people. But also, I just feel like I give better information to most people. Like I give accurate information. I don't just give my own opinion. I kind of do give my own opinion, but I just give. I'm more logical than other people. Like I can't stand people being funny. I can't stand people just talking to talk and just giving false information or just lying at times. Like, come on, man, that shit is not true. And that shit has to stop. Raider Nation, we have to be better. We have to do better. It starts with podcasts, which is crazy. Like it has to start with us here, especially if you have a voice within Raider Nation. Use your voice correctly, man. Stop with the phony bullshit and these lies and just talking about topics just to talk about them, but really have nothing to talk about. Like it's like there's just so many phony motherfuckers within Raider Nation. That shit's gonna stop. I'm tired of seeing y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sitting here watching y'all because I had to just see what is going on and why has the fan base become what it's become? Why have we been from becoming from being one of the top fan bases to being down here at the bottom, and it starts with these fucking podcasts just being ignorant and egregious with the information that they're giving, and people believing that shit is crazy to me. So, like I said, that shit stops, man. We got to get back to being the smartest fan base, being the best fan base, and being proactive with what we're fucking doing and what we need to demand. Because I'm tired. Like I said, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. We need a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl appearance. We don't have to. I want to win a Super Bowl, but we need a Super Bowl appearance. It's been far, far too long. Damn near Detroit Lions. Like the Detroit Lions are more impactful than the Raiders. Like think about that. Like if you've been around, if you're at least 30, 35, you know what this means. When the Detroit Lions have more impactful season than you, that's saying something. Yo, Rob, what up, man? Hey, I'm back, baby. I'm really, really back this time. Like I said, I will be pod next week. I'm gonna try and get a pod on Wednesday, try and double up, within a couple of days. But I will be podding again on Wednesday. I'll be coming with a more of a schedule, a better schedule, more during the day, not late at night like it is right now. I believe what is it? That's what 10 minutes to 12 here in Arizona. So I mean, what? Funny, it's what 10 minutes to 11 over there. Damn, man, my hair looks crazy. I mean, but salute to everybody. Rob, man, thanks for coming. Anthony, thanks for coming. Menace, thanks for being a mod in here, man, and doing what mods do. I don't even know what mods do, but thank you for doing that. Shoot, T, Kev was in here earlier. Joel, um, there was a bunch of people in here earlier. I do appreciate all y'all for coming through. Um, yes, but if y'all have questions, man, hit the like button, comment leave comments in the video. I will respond to the comments and I'll answer those on the next pod, and I'll be responding like I said, I'll be taking notes. I'm going to get serious with this because like I said, I'm tired of seeing the bullshit. Why is everyone trying to come down? That's crazy. But I'm trying to leave. I'm tired of seeing the BS within our community, and it starts with podcasting and the information that we give within this community of podcasters that we're filling our fan base with just negative information. And it's setting us up for failure. And I want our fan base to be educated. I want us to have logical reasoning and thinking, so when we get out in the public, we don't look fool. I'm tired of looking foolish and stupid in public. I'm so tired of that. Yeah, I know we gonna fight and do that. That's just gonna happen. Well, actually, we don't even really be out there fighting like that. We just sound stupid with the way we talk, and I'm tired of that because we're better than that. I'm high after time. Don't know what I'm doing either. Hey man, I understand, man. Should to get through what we've getting through these past 2 decades, man, you have to be high sometimes because it should have just been crazy. Oh man, hey, Capitan, I appreciate you for coming by, man. I appreciate you for coming by, whether you're here at the beginning, the middle, or the end. You was here, period. Appreciate you for gracing me with your presence, man. Um, but with that being said, I gotta find out how to end this live. I don't know how to end it. This is YouTube Live, the YouTube feature. I'm going to be doing it this way. Thank y'all again for coming. I'm gonna have to come up with an outro. But yeah, man. We back. Mr. Controversy is here in the flesh, and I'm here to stay, and I'm here with a better positive attitude on things. I love everybody for coming. Y'all have a wonderful and good night. Um, say hello to your loved ones, especially after what's been going on. Say goodnight to your loved ones, kiss your little ones, kiss your mom, tell everybody you love them because you never know when your last breath is going to be, man. It is a blessing that you wake up every morning. Thank God for that. If you haven't, Lent is here, and all the Catholics, salute to y'all for Lent, whatever you give up. Uh, 38 more, like 39 or 38 more days. Good luck with that. I'm going to try and do it myself. So, with that, y'all have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's JT up for review. I'm out. Yes, it's true.